Stop. One breath. 1 second of brutal honesty. Look at your life right now. Not the filtered version you show the world, but the truth behind your eyes. If you keep moving the same way, making the same excuses, scrolling through the same noise, where do you end up in 10 years? Be honest, because the truth is this: most people don't live 10 different years. They live the same year 10 times and call it growth. You were not born for repetition. You were born for transformation. But transformation begins only when denial ends. Today, you stop pretending. You stop performing. You confront yourself, not with guilt, but with clarity, because nothing changes until you do. So here's the deal. For the next 24 hours, no lies, no masks, no excuses. Observe yourself like a soldier watching the battlefield. Every thought, every reaction, every escape, record it. That's where your awakening begins. Stand in front of your life like it's a mirror that refuses to flatter you. Every habit, every hesitation, every promise you broke to yourself, it's all there, staring back. This is not self-hate, it's self-audit. The weak avoid the mirror because it burns. The strong face it until they stop blinking. You've built patterns that protect your comfort, but poison your potential. The late mornings, the endless scrolling, the quiet envy when others win. Be real about it. You can't conquer what you won't confront. Seneca once said, "A man cannot heal what he hides." So drag every lie you've told yourself into the light. You say you're tired, but of what? Life or your own indecision. You say you're stuck, but by what? Fear or the comfort of blame. The mirror tells the truth. It doesn't care about your excuses, your feelings, or your past. It only asks, what are you still pretending not to know? Every change begins with confrontation, but survival depends on training. The mind you've been living with is untrained, impulsive, scattered, emotional. It reacts instead of commands. That ends now. You will train it like a warrior sharpens his blade. Each repetition, each decision, each refusal to surrender, comfort becomes a strike against weakness. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action." Every obstacle you meet this week will be your weight room. Discomfort will be your gym. Doubt will be your sparring partner. You don't wait for motivation. You build momentum through discipline. For the next 7 days, build a rule of practice. Rise early, move your body, write one line of truth, and do one thing you resist. This isn't self-help, it's self-construction. Because the man you want to become won't appear out of nowhere. He must be trained, molded, and fought for every single dawn. Weakness doesn't announce itself. It disguises as comfort, as logic, as taking it easy. It whispers, you deserve rest, when what you really deserve is discipline. It says, tomorrow will be better, knowing you'll repeat the same day again. Weakness is not a lack of strength, it's a pattern of surrender. Every time you break your word to yourself, that pattern deepens. Every time you say later, you hand your power to fear. The Stoics never said life should be easy. They said you should be stronger than your impulses. Epictetus wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Freedom isn't found in comfort, it's earned through control. You have to feel the weight of your weakness before you can drop it. Let it burn. Let it disgust you. Because when you finally hate mediocrity enough to move, that's the moment your real strength begins to wake. Every man has a code, written or not. The question is whether yours protects your worth or sells it cheap. Self-respect isn't a speech, it's a standard. It's how you treat yourself when no one's watching. You've been conditioned to please, to explain, to soften your edges so others feel comfortable. That training ends now. From this moment, you speak less and act sharper. You don't chase approval. You command respect through presence. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." That's your new code. No defending your choices to people who disrespect them. No apologizing for your boundaries. No lowering your tone to make others feel tall. Self-respect is quiet, calm, and final. It's the look in your eyes when you decide that your peace is not for sale. Every time you choose dignity over validation, your soul strengthens. That's how the world learns your value, when you stop negotiating it. Here's your first real test. For the next 24 hours, you do not explain yourself to anyone who disrespects you. Not once. No defending, no justifying, no long speeches to people who already decided not to hear you. When someone crosses your line, you respond with one calm boundary and then silence. That's it. You are not weak for being firm. You are weak when you keep negotiating your worth, like it's on discount. Understand this. People only keep pushing where they've been allowed to push. You train them, now you retrain them. A boundary is not anger. A boundary is clarity. It says, this is the line. I will not step below it to keep you comfortable. Most men never do this because they're addicted to approval. You're done with that. Say it out loud. My standards are not up for debate. Post it in the comments. No more explaining. Your freedom lives in one place. Your power to choose. Not your past, not your circumstances, not the people who hurt you, just your next decision. Every choice is a declaration of who you are becoming. The Stoics called it the ruling faculty. The power to govern your own mind. You choose your response, or life will choose it for you. You choose focus, or distraction will own your days. You choose discipline, or weakness will. Don't wait to feel ready. Feelings are weather. Choices are climate. If you want transformation, you must decide like a warrior. Fast, clear, final. The more time you spend debating what you already know you should do, the weaker you become. From this moment, adopt this rule. Once you decide, no retreat, no second guessing, no internal debate, because hesitation is the language of fear, and fear has already stolen enough of your life. Your mind is your kingdom. Guard it like one. Most people leave their inner world unlocked. Any insult, any failure, any cheap opinion can walk in and take control, but you will build a fortress, not a tent. The Stoics understood this. The only true protection is internal mastery. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire under chaos, yet his calm ruled him. That's the standard. You will train your mind to be still under fire, to observe without reacting, to think before speaking. A fortress mind doesn't break when attacked. It studies the attack. It doesn't panic when life shifts. It adapts and moves forward. Repeat this daily. My thoughts are my walls. My calm is my defense. You cannot stop the world from striking, but you can refuse to let it enter. Control what gets inside, and no storm will ever own you again. Pressure is not your enemy. It's your forge. Every insult, every failure, every wave of uncertainty is a test of your command over your own mind. Most men crumble because they believe emotions are commands instead of signals. Anger says, something crossed your line. Fear says, you're near your edge. Pain says, a truth has been revealed. But emotions are information, not orders. You are not your feelings. You are the one who decides what they mean. When the heat rises, you will not react. You will read. You will not shout. You will study. You will not collapse. You will calibrate. The mind under fire must not seek escape. It must seek understanding. Because wisdom is not built in silence. It's built in storms. Every time life burns you. Remember this, fire doesn't destroy iron. It refines it. So, when the world tests your mind, smile. It means the forging has begun. Power without calm is chaos. You've met men who shout to prove they're strong, who argue to feel significant, who move fast but never forward. That's not strength. That's panic in disguise. The Stoic warrior is different. He acts with quiet precision, never haste. He knows that calm is not weakness, it's control. When others react, he observes. When they explode, he breathes. When they rush, he waits. Marcus Aurelius wrote, if you are disturbed, it is not things that trouble you, but your judgment about them. Your calm is your weapon. It makes people uncertain, even intimidated, because they can't predict you. A calm man is unreadable, and unreadable men are untouchable. So, when chaos surrounds you, do not match it. Slow your breath, lower your tone, sharpen your gaze. The storm outside means nothing if there's stillness within. That's when your enemies make mistakes, and you never do. Silence is not emptiness, it's strategy. The loud man needs validation. The silent man already owns it. When you stop explaining, defending, or proving yourself, something powerful happens. People start listening. They sense the weight behind your restraint. They realize your silence isn't ignorance, it's intent. Machiavelli said, the lion does not need to roar to be feared. So, learn to hold your tongue. Let your pauses do the talking. When accused, stay calm. When baited, stay quiet. When misunderstood, let truth reveal itself through time, not argument. Every word you don't say becomes stored energy. And when you finally speak, it lands like thunder. This is how Stoic presence works. It's not in volume, but in precision. You will confuse fools, earn respect, and command space without raising your voice. Remember this rule. Noise demands attention. Silence commands it. Stillness is the highest form of strength. In a world that worships speed, the man who can stay still becomes unshakable. Stillness doesn't mean inactivity, it means control. It's the space between reaction and response, between chaos and clarity. When life moves too fast, you become a slave to impulse. But when you slow your breath and anchor your awareness, time bends in your favor. Marcus Aurelius practiced this every morning. He paused before command, thought before judgment, acted only when centered. That's how he ruled himself before he ruled Rome. You must do the same before every major choice. Stop, breathe, observe. The impatient man burns his progress. The still man builds his power. Stillness is your sharpening stone. It polishes your mind until every action becomes deliberate. Remember, movement means nothing without direction. And direction comes from stillness. Focus is your invisible armor. It shields your energy from being scattered and your attention from being stolen. Every notification, every distraction, every pointless argument is an arrow aimed at your mind. Most men are defeated not by failure, but by fragmentation. You cannot build an empire when your attention is divided into pieces. The Stoics trained for focus like soldiers trained for war. They practiced being present no matter the chaos. You must do the same. When you work, vanish into it. When you rest, rest deeply. When you speak, mean every word. The man who can give his full mind to one thing at a time becomes unstoppable. Each hour of true focus is worth 100 hours of noise. Protect it fiercely. Say no often. Guard your time like treasure. Because once your focus fractures, so does your power. And when you lose focus, as you lose yourself. Every man reaches a moment where comfort whispers louder than ambition. That is the moment that decides everything. Comfort feels safe, familiar, easy, but it's the slowest poison ever created. Growth, on the other hand, is sharp, it cuts, it demands you bleed a little. The Stoics knew this truth. The path of virtue is narrow and uphill. Every time you choose ease, you move backward. Every time you choose effort, you evolve. You cannot serve both comfort and greatness. You must cut one loose. So, look at your habits, your environment, your circle, what feeds your fire, and what keeps you numb. Burn the latter. Growth begins the second you stop negotiating with pain. Let struggle refine you. Let effort become your new peace. Because the man who learns to suffer well becomes invincible. Emotions are wild horses. Untrained, they drag you through chaos. Controlled, they carry you to mastery. Most men think power means suppressing how they feel. It doesn't. Power means directing emotion toward purpose. Anger, when guided, becomes focus. Fear, when faced, becomes readiness. Sadness, when understood, becomes depth. The Stoics never denied emotion. They trained it to obey reason. You must learn to pause before reacting, to interpret before exploding. When someone disrespects you, ask, is this worth my energy or my silence? When failure hits, ask, what is this teaching me that success never could? That pause is everything. Emotional command doesn't make you cold. It makes you controlled. You still feel, but nothing owns you anymore. Remember this rule. The one who can remain calm while burning has already won. Excuses are the language of slow death. They sound reasonable. They sound soft. But they rot your potential from the inside out. Every, I'm tired. Every, I'll start tomorrow. Every, it's not the right time, is a quiet surrender to weakness. The Stoics never waited for perfect conditions. They forged discipline in the worst ones. Marcus Aurelius wrote during plagues, wars, and betrayal. Yet he never wrote about waiting for motivation. He wrote about doing what must be done. You must become allergic to excuses. When your mind whispers one, expose it, crush it, replace it with action. Remember this. Comfort lies, motion tells the truth. You don't need inspiration. You need execution. Every time you act when it's hard, you rewrite your identity. Every time you refuse to complain, you strengthen your power. Excuses build cages. Discipline breaks them. Choose your side. Pain is not your enemy. It's your mentor wearing a rough mask. Every struggle you've faced was a classroom disguised as suffering. The weak run from it, numb it, distract themselves until the lesson fades. The strong lean in. They ask, what is this pain trying to teach me? Seneca said, fire tests gold, adversity tests strong men. The Stoics understood that pain is the sculptor of character. Without it, you stay soft, you stay average. Pain reveals what comfort hides. It exposes your weaknesses. Yes, but only so you can rebuild them stronger when life hits hard. Don't waste time asking why me. Ask, how do I use this? Pain is not punishment. It's proof that you're still alive, still capable of transformation. Every scar you earn with honor becomes armor. Don't escape your pain. Master it, because once you turn pain into fuel, no force on earth can stop you. Mastery is not about speed, it's about timing. Most men rush because they fear stillness. They crave quick results to escape their own doubt. But the wise understand that delay is not defeat, it's discipline. The Stoics called it patience in motion, acting with precision, not panic. You must learn to wait without wasting. Let the process mature. Let your preparation sharpen. The seed doesn't bloom when you demand. It blooms when it's ready. The same law governs your growth. Stop chasing instant results. Stop confusing activity with progress. Every time you rush, you trade long-term power for short-term relief. Learn to delay gratification like a craftsman delays applause. Remember this truth: the weak act out of impulse, the strong act out of intention. You don't slow down because you're lazy. You slow down because you're calculating. That's how mastery moves, quietly, patiently. Inevitably, your standards are your kingdom. They decide what you allow, what you chase, and what you become. Weak men lower them to be accepted. Strong men raise them and let the world adjust. Every time you settle for less than you deserve, you train others to treat you like less. Standards are not preferences, they're boundaries written in stone. They tell the world, this is who I am, this is what I tolerate, this is what I build. Marcus Aurelius didn't command respect through words, he did it through consistency. Every day he lived his philosophy until his life itself became his argument. You must do the same. Hold yourself to a level that demands effort, not excuses. From how you speak, to how you rest, to how you love, set the bar higher. Your standards are not arrogance, they are alignment. The empire you rule tomorrow is built by the standards you enforce today. Every night before you sleep, face the only judge that matters, the mirror. Look into your own eyes and ask, did I live by my code today? No filters, no lies, no excuses. The mirror doesn't care what you meant to do, only what you actually did. Did you rise when you said you would? Did you speak with integrity? Did you keep your promises, even when no one was watching? That reflection holds the truth that praise can't hide and excuses can't fix. Marcus Aurelius did this through journaling. You will do it through confrontation. Because the man who avoids his reflection avoids his reality. You can fool the world, but not yourself. If the mirror nods back at you, you're on the path. If it doesn't, you know where to work. The goal is not perfection, it's honesty. Every night, win that silent conversation, and your life will start aligning with your words. Resilience isn't the absence of pain, it's the refusal to surrender to it. Life will hit you harder than you expect, and most people will fall because they mistake struggle for failure. But the Stoic sees differently. Every blow is data, every loss is feedback, every setback is fuel. Marcus Aurelius faced betrayal, plague, and war, yet he never asked for an easier life. Only for a stronger mind, you must do the same. Resilience begins where comfort ends. It's built in the quiet moments when you rise after defeat, when you smile at resistance instead of retreating. Think of your limits as the border of your old self. Every time you push past them, you expand who you are. Let life strike you. Let it test you, but never let it define you. The edge of resilience is simple. Bend, but never break. Endure, but never surrender. Presence is power. It's not about being loud or dominant. It's about being fully here. Most men live distracted, lost in their heads, haunted by yesterday or worried about tomorrow. The Stoic man stands in the moment like a mountain, unmoved, grounded, aware. When he speaks, people feel it. When he enters a room, energy shifts. Not because he seeks attention, but because he doesn't. Presence is the art of control disguised as calm. To master it, you must slow your thoughts, steady your breath, and meet life with direct awareness. When someone talks, listen deeply. When you walk, walk with purpose. When you work, pour every ounce of focus into that single act. That's presence, nothing extra, nothing wasted. It's what separates the scattered from the centered, the average from the formidable. Be the man who doesn't need to announce himself. His stillness does the talking. Excellence is not an act, it's a ritual. It's what you repeat when nobody's clapping. It's the way you tie your shoes before a workout, the way you make your bed before dawn, the way you complete what you said you would, especially when it's inconvenient. Most men chase peak moments, few master the ordinary ones. But the Stoic knows that greatness hides in repetition. Seneca wrote, Long is the road through precepts, short and effective through examples. Your habits are those examples. Every day, carve a rhythm of discipline so deep it becomes identity. Do one thing better than yesterday, no matter how small. Speak cleaner, move sharper, think clearer. That's how excellence compounds, quietly, daily, relentlessly. You don't become exceptional by doing more. You become exceptional by doing right. Let your rituals prove your philosophy. Let your consistency become your legacy. Every warrior lives by a creed, a personal constitution that cannot be negotiated. Yours begins here. I do not quit when it's hard. I do not chase what dishonors me. I do not speak what I don't live. This creed is not a slogan. It's a promise to yourself. When temptation whispers, it answers. When fear rises, it stands taller. When chaos knocks, it remains unshaken. The Stoics wrote their creed in action, not ink. Marcus Aurelius faced armies. You face distractions. Epictetus faced slavery. You face comfort. But the battle is the same. Will you be ruled by circumstance or by principle? Every morning, recite your creed before the day starts. Every night, measure your actions against it. You are your own commander now. Let this creed harden your resolve and silence your doubts. Because when you live by a code, the world no longer dictates who you are. You do. The true warrior doesn't seek battles. He attracts them through his strength. Yet his calm is his greatest weapon. Anyone can be fierce when provoked. Few can be still when challenged. The calm warrior knows that composure is control. When others rage, he watches when others react. He decides when others crumble. He adjusts. This is not indifference, it's dominance over chaos. Marcus Aurelius led through plagues, betrayal, and war without losing his center. You will lead yourself the same way. Calm is not passivity, it's precision. It allows you to strike when it matters and remain silent when it doesn't. Learn to breathe through insult, to think through pressure, to act only when the outcome serves your mission. The man who can stay calm when others lose their minds becomes the one everyone looks to for strength. Be that man. Be the eye of the storm. Before you speak, your reputation enters the room. It's the silent shadow that tells your story before your mouth opens. Every gesture, every promise kept or broken, every moment of composure or collapse builds that shadow. Most men leave it to chance. You will not décider. Your reputation is your invisible army. It fights for you when you're absent. It protects you when you're silent. Machiavelli wrote, "Men judge more by the eye than the hand." People decide who you are before they know you. So show them consistency. Speak less. Deliver more. Walk like you belong. Even when you're doubted, build your image through action, not announcement, and guard it like armor. Never let emotion, gossip, or pettiness crack it, because once your reputation is forged, it commands respect for you long before you demand it. Let your shadow speak of strength, not noise. To be unstoppable does not mean life stops testing you. It means you stop breaking when it does. You still feel pain, but you move through it. You still feel fear, but you walk with it. You still face doubt, but you act anyway. The unstoppable man doesn't seek comfort. He seeks challenge because he knows challenge is the only place growth hides. Marcus Aurelius said, "What stands in the way becomes the way." That is your path now. Every obstacle becomes a tool. Every rejection becomes redirection. Every loss becomes leverage. You no longer wait for motivation. You create it through motion. You no longer ask for permission. You move with purpose. When others retreat, you advance. When they collapse, you adapt. When they quit, you rise again. The unstoppable path isn't glamorous. It's disciplined. It's forged in silence, built through repetition, and crowned by persistence. This is where it all begins, and where excuses die. No more waiting for the perfect moment. No more explaining your worth to people who refuse to see it. No more handing your peace to emotions that don't deserve it. You are no longer a spectator in your own story. You are the author, the architect, the warrior at the gate. The world will not hand you respect. You will claim it through discipline, through action, through presence. Today is your proof. Someone will test you. Breathe, observe, and choose your response. One calm boundary, one decisive action, one promise kept. That's all it takes to begin rewriting your life. So stand tall, breathe deep, and repeat after me. I am unshakable. I am unbending. I am unstoppable. Because greatness is not waiting at the finish line. It's built right now, in this moment, by the man who decides he's done being ordinary. If you're ready, type it below. Unstoppable starts now.